What's up, y'all? It's your boy. This message is going out to Jessica Porter. Jessica, you're a criminal. And you are a pathological liar and a psychopath. Plain and simple. You say that you're a good mother, but you're not. You're really not. See, everybody wants to know the truth about you. And the truth is, you're a piece of shit. You sit there and make yourself out to be this wonderful mom, but you're really not. The wonderful mom is Heather. Heather is a better mom than you could ever hope to be, bitch. So you sit there and say that Heather abandoned Leah? No, bitch. You forced her to leave. Heather didn't abandon Leah. You forced her to leave Leah there. And I'll be straight up honest. The day that Heather was in the hospital having Leah, she was incoherent, coming down off the drugs. And you forced it on Heather to sign those papers. Just so you could get Leah. Because by doctor's orders, you cannot have a child of your own. Therefore, you'll do whatever it takes to have one. Even if it means kidnapping one. I understand that you don't like me for whatever reason. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that. But what I give a shit about is that little girl. You claim that I don't do anything for her, that me and Heather don't do a damn thing for her. Well, guess what? All that money that we got from those challenges that we did on YouTube, all that money we collected over this last year, you know what we did with that? We sent that to Leah for Christmas presents. And you want to talk about me not being a suitable dad? Well, guess what, bitch? While you were asleep at night and Heather was doing dishes, you know what I was doing? I was taking care of Leah. I might not have been there physically, but I was on FaceTime, playing with her and keeping her happy and keeping her company, which is more than you've ever done. And all you do is you use Leah in pageants for money to fuel your fucking drug addiction. For weed, for alcohol. Plus, you're a known prostitute. You use guys for sex so you can have a child. And that's not right. That's very fucked up. And you want to talk shit about me and Heather not being good parents? No, bitch. You're the one bringing dudes into the house every other fucking night of the week. And do you not realize that you're committing fucking paternity fraud? Which is an actual, legitimate federal crime nowadays? You're basically kidnapping a child from her birth mother. You are not the birth mother, Jessica. Heather is. You have no rights to that child. Yes, your name is on that birth certificate, yes. But you did it against Heather's will. You forced her name onto that shit. You forced your name onto that birth certificate. You forced her to do it. You took advantage of her knowing that she was incoherent. Knowing that she cannot do anything at that moment. And that's not right. That's very screwed up. And yeah, I might not work, and I know I'm gonna get judged for this, but I don't give a fuck. I might not have a job, and who knows? I may never be able to work because of the false charges you placed on me, Jessica. But you wanna know something? I'll still be the best father that I can to Leah. I will be the best stay-at-home dad in the fucking world. You have no rights to Leah. What you're doing is very, very unfair, and it's fucked up. The only reason why Heather did not bring Leah with her up here is because of you. You threatened to call the police on Heather if she left state with Leah. Just because your name's on the birth certificate, girl, that don't mean a goddamn thing. But guess what, bitch? I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what it takes. Me and Heather are not going to stop fighting until we get Leah back from you. And you end up in bars for the shit that you've done to me, for the shit that you've done to her. Because of you, Heather cries herself to sleep every fucking night of the week. Because all she wants is her little girl back. She wants her daughter back. And you don't know what that's like. Because your kids got taken from you. And probably for a very good reason. You need to wake up, Jessica, and realize that little girl is not yours. You are not a mother to that child. And we will not stop. We will not rest, and we will not give up. We will continue to fight you as long as it takes to get Leah back from you. Because you are not the biological mother, and guess what? A blood test can prove that. A DNA test can prove that, bitch. So keep on playing your little fucking games. Keep on lying to everyone. Keep on telling people how Leah's your daughter when she's not. Just because your name's on that birth certificate, that don't mean a goddamn thing, bitch. You fucked up. When Heather was incoherent and coming down off those meds from the epidural, it was not in the right state of mind to make a sound decision. You told the doctors to put your name on that birth certificate as the father. When guess what, bitch? You're no father figure to that little girl. If anybody's gonna be a father figure to that little girl, it's gonna be me. Yes, I know I fucked up a lot. I know I made some bad decisions. But I'm only human. And I love that little girl just as much as Heather does. Just as much. You don't know how hard it is for me to watch Heather bawl her fucking eyes out, wanting her daughter back, wanting to hold Leah back from you. You don't know how bad how bad Heather wants to get Leah back from you. You have no idea how bad she wants to hold her baby girl. You don't know how bad. You don't know how bad Heather wants me to be the stepfather to that little girl. And yeah, Leah may not be my flesh and blood. But you know what? I still love that little girl to the moon and back just as much as I love Elliot and Heather both. I love Leah to death, Jessica. And so does Heather. You have no rights to that little girl. At all. You're a drunk, sex-addicted weed head with no fucking respect. You use people for sex. You use people to get what you want. You get paid in money and food. And guess what? That, by terminology, is prostitution. You sell yourself for sex and money. Just to have a baby. And that right there is considered prostitution. You are running a prostitution ring, Jessica. You're using guys for sex, money, and food. And that's not okay. Leah doesn't need to be around that. Leah needs to have a happy, normal, healthy life, which is something that me and Heather can provide. Like I said, I may not work right now, but I'm working on getting a job. But because of the false charges you've placed on me, it's very, very hard for me to get a job. Very hard. And guess what? Heather makes way more than you will ever make in a year, bitch. Heather makes way more. She's got a good paying job. Her best friend, Michael, who is currently staying with us, makes more than you do. By far. And like I said, I might not work, but I still do everything I can for that little girl. Whether it's sending a little bit of money here and there, or whether it's making something for Heather to make her smile. Like I said, I'm not perfect at all. I don't claim to be perfect. I make mistakes. I screw up every now and then. But you know what? Me and Heather would treat that little girl with the love and care and respect that she deserves. So Jessica, what I don't understand is why you can't get it through your head that you will never be that child's mother. And a DNA test can prove that. And if you want to do a DNA test, bitch, you better be fucking paying for it. Because guess what? A DNA test will show and prove that Heather is the biological mother. And what you're doing is considered kidnapping. You're keeping a daughter from her mother and a mother from her daughter. And that's not okay. Jessica, all Heather wants is her daughter back. Why can't you just give it up and give Leah back to Heather? Do the right thing. Please. If you do the right thing, authorities wouldn't have to be involved. But what you're doing is a crime. All Heather wants is her daughter back. That's all she wants. That is all she wants, is her daughter back. But what Heather doesn't understand is why you can't just give Leah back to her. That's all she wants is her daughter back. And I'll be straight up honest. Heather is the most caring, loving, kind-hearted, patient, amazing woman that I know and love. As well as the most amazing mother in the fucking world. To two beautiful children, Leah and Elliot, who I am very proud to call my own. They might not be mine by blood, but I still love those kids all the fucking same as if they were my own. And let me tell you right now, Jessica, if I was Heather, I'd want my daughter back. And I'm sure you want your kids back too. But that's no reason for you to go and take somebody else's kid just because you can't get yours back. That's not fair to Heather. And that sure is fucking fair to Leah. You need to stop thinking about your selfish self and start thinking about Heather and start thinking about that little girl and what's best for her. And what's best for her is her being up here. Her being up here is what's best for her. Because up here, they have great programs. They have great schools. We have more than enough living space for her. We've got a fucking room already set up for her up here. Ready to fucking go. But Jessica, you need to quit this shit right the fuck now. What you're doing is very wrong. All Heather wants is her daughter back. Why can't you just give her her daughter? That's what none of us understand is why you can't just give Jessica, why can't you just give Heather her daughter back? Please, Jessica. That's all Heather wants, is for you to give her her daughter back. That is all she wants. That's all Heather wants, is her daughter back. So please, Jessica, quit this shit and give Heather her daughter back. Please. That's all she wants.